You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Everybody, welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network, in live coverage. The Digital Sim Racing League Truck Series, presented by Fitzz Automotive. New series at DSRL. We're doing this from a replay. The live coverage is just that I'm live at the moment. The racing was done on Sunday evening. We won't be doing it this way for very long. A couple of weeks, and then we'll have to get to live coverage of the series. 19 drivers checked in for the action. Was a very good race. They ran 60 laps. You're about to see that here. They only had 4 cautions. And it was a very, very competitive and very challenging race, especially for the guys up front. We're going to watch the qualifying, and then I'm going to fill in all the time while they had their drivers meeting, because I can't really just advance one session by the next. You'll see a lot of familiar faces in here. The Kevin Spaldings, the Larry Moody's, the Adam Vinnies, Reed Rundles. From the dirt side, the Westfalls and the Whitemans and such. But we're ready for qualifying. And I know one of the first trucks to roll out was this truck right here. He had to host a driver's meeting when he was done qualifying. But you'll see Doyle Lawrence in the 88 rolling out. Here comes Kevin Spalding in that crazy number 25. 69 of Forstner, Jake Boxell. Boxell, one of the guys that runs in the dirt side a lot. Garrett Boyd now heading up the backstretch. So we're going to flick around. We're going to watch some of these guys. We already know who was quickest. You guys will find out here momentarily. The front row is an interesting front row. Adam Vinny here. He had a very fast truck, Adam Vinny did, all night long. Took it to the front, and he kept it there. But he had a lot of challengers up there at the front as well. There's a lot of good racing up at the front. A couple of cautions early in this one, and then it settled out for a very long time. First lap here for the 31 truck, Roger Wagner. And he will put down a time. I don't think those times are right. We're going to go and watch Adam Vinny, who went right to the top. 38:30. 38:83, I'm sorry. Garrett Boyd was just a tick off, and it may be Wagner's second lap that was quick for him. Scott King jumped to second quick. Garrett Boyd right behind that. Larry Moody and Kevin Spaulding. Goodbye. I think this lap might be the lap that puts, yeah, he goes 38 and some change. 38.93 or 95 here. You see King jumped up, and then Wagner immediately jumps up there. 38.96. But Vinny's first lap was his quick lap. Reed Arundel on his first lap was 39.22. His second lap, he's working on it right now. Nathan Davis just got he's about to complete. He's about the same spot on the track right now that Rundle is at. And then another guy from the dirt side, Mr. Trevor Royer, out here. Scott Thomason's about to complete his first lap here. We'll go watch him. Kept it up there. Put himself 15th quick. And Josh Whiteman put himself 4th quick in all of that. Nathan Davis going to go at it again. He's going to try to make a time on a lap here. He has a very good race here. Westfall, Gaines, and Ostendorf. Westfall qualified, but was way off the pace. Gaines and Ostendorf didn't even put in a lap for qualifying. We'll wait. Nathan Davis' second lap is his official lap. But the drivers go from here. They're going to go to a driver meeting. First race in the new series, so a lot of the rules had to be explained. It takes a few minutes for them to get through it. We're gonna suffer through it. We're gonna talk about the itinerary for this week here at the Dirt Racing Network and the Digital Sim Sports Network. As soon as the 36 truck puts himself across the line, he does so. 39.24 was good enough for 11th, so that is where he will start. Later this evening, Dirt Slingers Racing League, Monday Night Thunder, 360 Wing Sprint Cars. Be at Lanier. Be at 8:30 Eastern. Start time for that tomorrow night. Epic Racing Association, they'll continue on. I think they have mini stocks on the dirt, but I can't remember where. Wednesday, we don't have anything scheduled. Doesn't mean we wouldn't do something, but right now we don't have anything scheduled. And Thursday, we'll wrap things up finally with the Netcode Esport guys for their 2025 C season. He seems to, yeah. He does seem to, John. So they have a little time still in this session. They're in their driver's meeting now, and I know it runs all the way out. A lot of rules were being explained, a lot of different things going on. The series will be on Sunday nights. It starts at 9:30 Eastern for them. This one happened last night. Next week's race, we'll do the same. I'm not sure what day we will broadcast it out, but we will not be live. The third week is when possibly we will be able to go live and make Sunday night another night back on the network. We'll keep everybody apprised of that. In the meantime, we had 35 people fill out applications and register for this series. We got more than half of that to show up for the first night. So we were very happy about that, and it went well. I mean, it was good racing. We're going to have some cautions, but, I mean, you have that in racing. It doesn't matter what you race. You're going to get you some cautions. Head back to work. All right, Mr. Scott. We are simply waiting for the driver's meeting to run out. If we could fast forward this without messing it all up, boy, we sure would. We would love to. We're going to try a couple of things to see if we can watch the cautions when they happen. Hopefully, we have that figured out right now. But still, just working on some stuff. I'm not sure how much time is left in this session. We can check. We don't like to, but we can check. 2 minutes, so won't be long now. Make sure you tune in later this evening for the Dirt Guys. They are mixing it up. They're going 410s one week, 360s the next, but the points count across all series. So you're going to have to be proficient in all the sprint cars to be the champion in that series. About to wind down the practice session. Or the qualifying session, sorry. I think they gave them the last 2 minutes for restroom break before they went racing. Once a green flag drops, the action's pretty good all night long. It gets broken up early. In the first 20 laps, it gets broken up a couple of times. We'll watch guys with pit stops and different things. So, guys, chat it up in the chat. Let us know you're watching. Tell us where you're watching from. We already know we have somebody that was in here checking out Vinny. We will not have interviews at the end of the night tonight. It's very complicated to do, but hopefully when we get back to the live racing, we'll be able to fix some of that. Mr. Gray, how you doing, buddy? All right, we should be about down to it. They should be about ready to swap and go to race. Must have had a phone call and didn't know it. All right, now it's race time. We can go look at our starting grid. The 11 of Adam Vinny, the 31 of Roger Wagner on the front row. then the 18 of Scott King, and the 5 of Josh Whiteman. We'll start in row 2. Larry Moody in the 73, Garrett Boyd in the 21. They make up row number 3. The 43 of Reed Rundle and the 25 of Kevin Spaulding are our 4th row. Your 5th row is the 69, Mike Forstner, and the 88 of Doyle Lawrence. Doyle Lawrence has not been around DSRL for a long time. It was good to see him back on the track. Nathan Davis in the 36 and Ryan Scheidt, teammates in row number 6. Scott Thomas and Jay Schaff, the 8 and the 3 in row number 7. Row 8 is the 44, Jake Boxell, Trevor Royer in the 90. The 9th row was the 54 of Matt Westfall and the 11 of Richie Gaines. It says 111 because we have multiple 11 trucks, but you'll be able to tell the difference easily. And then the 32 of Tom Ossendorf. And Ossendorf's truck, we're going to get down there. We're going to take a look at his truck just because it's the old farm truck. The old 70s model Chevy with the chrome trims on the side. And it's missing one here or there and looks a little rugged, but I thought that was a pretty cool paint job on that truck last night when we ran this thing. So they are about to roll off. Once they do, it's a single pace lap. We're going to get going when we come back around. The whole field will roll. All right. They're out there. The whole field rolling around. Some drivers a little bit longer getting off pit road, but they'll be able to get caught up here when we get ready to go green. With Adam Vinny and Roger Wagner on the front row. We probably will not look back through the field for a few laps here just because the racing up front, I remember, was very intense. That top 5, 6, 7 trucks there, they really get going at it pretty quickly. The field is about to tighten up. We'll get into the start zone up here. You'll see it down on the apron. It's blue. It's painted blue. The wily old man trying to cut the mustard once again out there in the 31. Been off the track for a number of years. Decides to come back and race in this one. And he was in shape for it looked like, for a while. The green flag is in the air. We're underway. Round number 1 for the Fitzz Automotive Truck Series at DSRL. Vinny grabbed out in front. He got a great start. He does a real good job with those first gear starts. Doesn't spin the tires and gets going. Wagner's going to go all the way to the apron down the backstretch. He thought he had a problem there. End up he didn't. The truck stayed up to speed, so he moved back in line in front of Josh Whiteman. That's Garrett Boyd behind that. Scott King and Kevin Spaulding, that top 6. You'll see Moody and Rundle not far behind when we come around on the front stretch. But Vinny leads lap number 1. Whiteman is trying to peek to the outside. Could not get there. And Wagner will cross over and cut underneath up the backstretch on Vinny. They'll go side by side for the lead on lap number 2, getting into turn number 3. Around the bottom, the shorter way around. 31 truck will go to the point. Can he hang on and get to the line? Yes, he will. So 2 laps, 2 leaders. Josh Whiteman is still hanging right there. Vinny wants to go to the high side, try to make the pass. Whiteman is going to get along on the inside and get in front of him. Now it's Wagner, Whiteman, then Vinny. Spaulding has moved around the high side and worked his way to the 4 spot in front of the 21 of Garrett Boyd. Vinny's not going to waste any time. He goes right back after your 2 leaders. So Vinny back between Wagner and Whiteman. Working on lap number 4. 3 are in the books. Quick look back here. You can see they are 2 wide, 3 deep. From about 9th place on back. Jay Schaff, Doyle Lawrence, Nathan Davis, Reed Rundle, Scott Thomason, all in this bunch. Up front, Adam Vinny's going to go after the lead. Wagner on the high side, still fighting back. That lap will go to the 31 truck just barely. But Vinny fully alongside. Going to be able to keep it right there, and he should surge ahead right here. Down a little low. He may have had to pedal the truck when he got the left sides down on that flat spot. Wagner's going to be able to keep the spot. Whiteman's going to push him past, and he's going to try to go with him. Now Vinny goes all the way to the yellow line and pulls alongside on the left rear corner of the 31 truck. Tied at the line, but Wagner by a fraction. Vinny now goes to the point. Wagner staying right there on that left rear corner. Whiteman trying to push him by. Coming around to complete 6 laps. Take a look. You can see the gains and losses by drivers. Caution for the first time. Let's go back and have a look, because it's the 90 of Trevor Royer. He's in a 3 wide and he gets clear on the left, but not on the right. Gets turned around off the nose of the 11 truck. The caution comes out as we get back to it. And that'll slow things down. So the first caution comes at the end of lap 6. We get a few takers for pit road this time, I believe. Wagner, Vinny, Whiteman, Spalding, Moody, Boyd, King, Forstner, Lawrence, and Schaff are the top 10 currently. Then Rundle, Thomason, Davis, Scheidt, Gaines, Boxell, Ostendorf, Westphal, and Royer is catching up to the field. Back the truck into the outside wall pretty hard. So the right rear corner, spoiler, and the tailgate are a little bent up. He'll go in. They'll make as many repairs as they can. Kevin Spalding, without his normal running mate, Stephen Pearson, not in attendance for this. But he did have a good showing. Mr. Spalding did. We're wishing him well through all of his treatments for his lung cancer every time. I don't know how many takers we get on this first one. All right, we're going to get a couple. They're going to be way back there. Looks like the 10 of Scheidt and everybody behind him are coming in. So Scheidt, Gaines, Boxell, Ostendorf, Westphal, and Royer all coming down on this first caution. Everybody else kind of made up their mind to stay out. I think next time is when they get the one to go. Leader can choose inside or out, but everybody else has to go where they are instructed. This was a great race. Guys up front, man, they did a great job all night long. Very, very hard racing, very clean racing. The handful of incidents that do happen, like you can see right there, it was, miscalculation. I think we get a little bit of real estate arguing that goes on once or twice, but all in all, good racing. You can see your top 10 right now. Lots of green trucks in the field, and they're all bunched up. The guys that went in came out pretty much in the order that they went in. And now we're on the one to go, and you can see the 31 truck chose the outside for this restart. That'll put them exactly how they were on the front row. Come around, get things started on lap number 10 of 60. And all 19 trucks still out there running around. Our pace car will get out of the way down here. Right at the exit of turn 4. Trevor Royer catching up late to the field here. And the green flag back in the air once again. This time Wagner got a pretty good start. Vinny's going to make up some ground getting into one. He'll go to the load side and he'll close that gap right back up. Gets right to the bumper. Adam Vinny, never one to waste a second of time. He'll move right to the inside and go after the lead before we get to turn 3. Whiteman still third. Spalding Moody 4 and 5. Truck turned around right there. And we're going to get caution. But we don't. We know what happened. We know it was Larry Moody. And what actually happened was it was a 3 wide, and the 69 truck of Forstner got down to the inside and then just kind of drifted getting into the corner. I think he was trying to move up a little to get a little better angle on his entry. He got into the left rear corner. Moody went around through the grass. Really didn't hurt anything, but he did have to go get the truck checked out. And for his part in that incident, you'll watch, and the 69 truck will go in and take a pass-through through the pits and drop to the back of the field. He was running 6th at the time, but with the tap out, look at old Tiny Dancer. Old Tiny Dancer was thinking of his little daughter when he built his car. He put a little Bluey on the back, on the tailgate for her. We're used to seeing Scott Thomason in all the dirt series coming over here, good-looking truck, and he's doing well for himself early in this one, running in the top 10. Ryan Shite. Like I said at the outset, Doyle Lorentz not been around DSRL for a number of years racing, but he is back in the truck. Another dirt racer for most of the time, the 11 of Richie Gaines. We see Reed Rundle a little bit of everywhere, but mostly on the pavement side. We see him on Tuesdays at DRA, and we're seeing him on Wednesdays over at Midwest. And then Jake Boxell there, usually dirt, along with his partner Tom Ossendorf and Matt Westfall as well. Those three run a lot together. You see now Forstner coming out late. Here's Nathan Davis. Totally tinted number 36. Larry Moody making his way off pit road, making sure everything was good when he got checked out. And Trevor Royer got some more of that damage fixed. Just a little wrinkle on the right rear corner, and that spoiler's got a little hiccup in it. But he got a lot of his truck fixed. So they're about to get their choice to go in or out. Lights go off, and once again, Wagner chooses the high side for the restart. It did well for him on the last one. Got him out front, getting through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. He was being challenged in turn 3 when the calamity happened. I don't know if Vinny would have gotten by him or not, but I think we find out on this restart. Restart on lap number 14, which is about a quarter of the way through. We'll be one lap shy of a quarter of the way through. Good look at the field, all doubled up. All right, pace car will get out of the way. And we'll get ready for restart here. All 19 trucks still on the track. Quarter of the way through. Into the start zone. And again, the 31 with a good restart. This time the 11 a little better than the last time. He got going a little quicker, but Wagner got through the gears very well right there. He's going to have 3-4 truck lengths when they get into one. Whiteman will be behind Vinny. Spalding goes high, and he gets into a 3 wide right behind that. Jay Schaff decided to put himself up in there. And they'll race it up the backstretch for about 5th place here. 3 wide Schaff will escape with that 4th position. Around the top side, but up front, Adam Vinny was able to drive into 3 across the nose. He goes up the hill. Wagner crosses him right back over. Vinny staying wide right there and leads the lap. Wagner and Vinny dueling it at the front. Whiteman in behind on the high side. He is trying to push Vinny clear. Would like to clear himself and get a shot at the front. Wagner and Vinny, very tight racing right there. Wagner will pull it down to the bottom. He doesn't have any help, but he had a good run. Didn't get it at the line, but he got it a little bit after that. Back to the point. I think he's going to stay right here, side by side. He's not going to come out with that lead out of 2. Couldn't get up in front of Vinny that time. Close quarters. Jay Schaff now still running in the 4th spot, but he's got company on the outside. That's going to be Kevin Spaulding, and they're side by side behind Scott Thomason and Garrett Boyd racing back there. 6th and 7th. Up front. It is 2 wide, about 3 deep. We might as well be just super speedway racing here. 2 lines going at it. Vinny now to the front. Wagner in between he and Whiteman. Whiteman dips low. He had Jay Schaff right behind him. Not quite close enough. Into the corner. Wagner trying to follow in the footsteps of that 11 truck. Keep that draft for himself. He's able to pull it down in front of Whiteman, but Kevin Spaulding had a big head of steam coming out of 4 on the high side. He'll pass Whiteman. Now he's going to go after Wagner. And now Wagner slides between trucks. They are nose to tail through the top 6, 7, 8 trucks now, all the way back to Scott King. Jay Schaff working on Josh Whiteman. Whiteman had enough of an advantage off the high side. He's able to keep that 4th spot. Slowing down for a caution. We know Nathan Davis. We'll have to rewind just a little bit here, but you'll see what happens. And this is just hard racing. 36 pushes up just a touch. He got into Boxell, got a little push from behind from the 54 and calamity. Boxell's truck just barely hurt out of that deal. I don't think Westfall really picked up much in the way of damage. And Nathan Davis, he just got the tailgate and the spoiler bent in a little bit. A little action up there. Guys trying to miss each other. Everybody slowed down for the caution, and guys were having to take evasive actions to miss one another. So caution number 3 is at lap 19. Vinny, Wagner, Spaulding, Whiteman, Schaff, Lawrence, Boyd, Gaines, King, and Rundle are the top 10 right now. Ossendorf, Moody, Forstner, Scheidt, Westfall, Davis, Thomason, Boxell, and Royer through the field. And Trevor Royer's truck appears to be a lot more hurt than the physical look of it, because he was not able to keep up with the guys when they got restarted. I think on this cycle we have some guys that do partake, and I'm pretty sure that the 31 is one of those drivers that heads down pit road. 25 may come with him, and he does. Pretty much everybody but the leader and the 43 truck. And then there's the 73, and Moody had already been on pit road a little bit before that. I think some guys were trying to get off pit sequence and see what they could do. So Spaulding is the first to get to his pit stall. We'll see if he gets out of his pit stall with that haste as well. And he'll squeak by Wagner. He gets off pit road first. Wagner, then Jay Schaff, then Garrett Boyd. Doyle Lawrence behind that. Josh Whiteman, Mike Forstner, Richie Gaines, Scott King. Ossendorf, Scheidt, Thomason, Davis coming off 16th. Boxell was 17th. Royer and Westfall are still on pit road trying to get some things worked out. And I think Westfall, the nose is so caved in on that truck, he's worried about an overheating problem, so they want to get that clear. Get everybody kind of caught up. And you can see Reed Rundle 5 spots improved. He isn't even the hard charger in this thing right now. Jay Schaff is your hard charger. He was up 8 spots after this round of pit stops. He and Richie Gaines. And Gaines and Forstner keep trading spots back and forth so it moves live out there. But we'll watch and see if the lights go off on the pace car because we don't get another caution for quite some time here. We do. Everybody getting doubled up. Lap 22 is the restart. Means there's 39 laps to go. Like I said, there was a lot of action. This was a pretty good race. We get a very long green flag run here. There's 2 trucks out front with older tires. The 73, his tires are newer than the guys out front, but they're older than everyone behind. Spalding on back. So some varying strategies, and you will see that come into play when we get to it because it gets a little aggressive here. All right, pace car is about to drop off. Adam Vinny now the control car. And a green flag. A little bit of a stumble on the shift out of the 43, but the 25 not able to take advantage. He'll stay third for the moment. Larry Moody's tucked in behind him. Jay Schaff on the outside of Moody there. That's your top 5. Wagner pitted from the front. He's 6th. On the restart, I think he was 5th, but he is 6th right now. He's got company. Lawrence is trying to get up the outside. Boyd is trying to push him down on the inside, but Wagner will go in the corner side by side for a moment with Garrett Boyd, and he is looking for an opening. Up front, the top 2 are just riding nose to tail right now. It's Kevin Spalding that's trying to do something. Larry Moody's right behind. Wagner gave Moody a push, trying to get him closer to the 25. Vinny Rundle still 1-2. Schaff is third. Now Wagner on the high side going to make a move to try to get to 4th around Kevin Spalding, and he'll get there. Quick dip low. He's going after Schaff, but he's not able to get enough momentum on the entry. Schaff was getting a good pull off the 43. You can see it's getting wide behind there. 3 wide right there. King on top. Lawrence in the middle. Whiteman's on the bottom. They'll sort that out to 2 wide momentarily because it's going to be 3 wide again here in just a second. Kevin Spalding was racing 3rd and 4th a little bit ago. Now Spalding is all the way back to 13th in this thing. Forstner after his EOL. He's made his way back up to 7th in between trucks. 3 wide in front of that. Wagner's in the middle. Boyd was on the bottom. Now he goes 3 wide with Schaff and Rundle. Boyd pulls up behind. Almost contact between Wagner and Schaff right there in the center of the corner. Boyd trying to push in the middle. Moody trying to push on the top. Forstner trying to push on the bottom. They're 3 wide, 2 deep. Make it 3 deep. I told you it got intense. Oh, mistake there. That's probably going to bring our caution. Yeah, we're going to look. We got to find Boyd in this whole thing, and we're going to watch him. Got contact from Forstner, just pushed up. 69 truck just got tight. That collects Moody. Moody gets Boxel and a tiny piece of the 36 truck of Nathan Davis. The Westfall, he had already taken it in, so that's our third caution. You can see the 11 truck was sliding sideways there for a moment too, so. Coming back across. So everybody getting a load up. Pace car coming out. We get this caution here, and then we're not going to get another one for a while. Vinny, Arundel, Wagner, Schaff, Forstner, Scheidt, Ossendorf, Lawrence, Whiteman, Gaines, King, Thomason, Davis, Boyd, Spalding, Boxel, Royer, Moody. The running order. Westfall retired after 22 laps. Just got to let the pace car catch up. Then everybody can get going. You can see everybody's going to head for pit road now. There had been enough laps run that even the guys on fresh tires needed to do something. To help the handling of their trucks. We'll see who gets off first here. I think Vinny gets out first. Nope, he did not. Wagner only took 2 tires on that short run. He got out first, but he's not going to be first on the track because Josh Whiteman and Scott Thomason elected to stay out right here. So a couple of trucks that have been running in the top 10 had not been out front just to this point, which is getting close to halfway, and they decide to stay out. Wagner with 2 tires off before Vinny and Arundel. And then Forstner came out after that. Scheidt, Schaff, Lawrence, and King filling in the top 10 after pit stop. Ossendorf, Spalding, Gaines, and here comes Davis. Moody still on pit road getting repairs. Boyd, Boxel, and I think Trevor Royer may have called it a night at this point. There's a very long run on this next one here. About 13, 15 laps before we catch another caution. There's the last of the trucks that were getting repairs coming off pit road right out in front of them. Jake Boxel, the last one to roll off. So, we're going to get a restart on the lap number 29. Still 31 laps remaining. All right, the pace car will duck off. We'll get ready to go green once again. Whiteman and Thomason will be the front row. Whiteman, pretty good start. Thomason misses a gear right here. And he is going to stack that outside line up, which lets Wagner and Rundle both go through. Ryan Scheidt tries to make a run at that. He is going to get by here as Thomason goes wide, pretty much letting the field go by. He'll end up brushing the fence in a 3-4 wide situation, but he keeps it in line at about 11. We're watching. Third, fourth, fifth on back right here. Rundle, Scheidt, Vinny. Here comes Scott King. Mike Forstner right in this. Get tucked in. Wagner got Whiteman there. Coming out of 4, going to the line to start lap number 30. Whiteman, older tires, he's doing a pretty good job of staying in there. Now Rundle trying to work up on the inside of the 11. They both duck low because it's going to be 3 wide that time as Vinny just moved down, created open space. Heavy back up to the front. Running second, looking for the lead. Whiteman on the outside of Rundle. And Forstner down there pushing the 43 truck. There's been duels at the front all night long. Whiteman hanging tough. He's still running in the top 5. Out here on older tires. A couple of laps after the restart, and he's hanging on to 4th. Battle at the front still side by side. Vinny takes the point there, coming out of 4, coming to 28 to go. Rundle all over the 31 truck of Wagner right here. Trying to find space, trying to create space. He falls in line, top 5. Single file, but then Forstner pulls out down the backstretch with the help of Ryan Scheidt. Kevin Spaulding, bonsai down on the bottom. Kept it low and kept it that way even into the corner. He won't pick up any spots. They're 3 wide in front of that. King Gaines and Scheidt are right there. So we're back to a battle for second between Vinny and Rundle. Rundle got to the high side on the 31 truck of Wagner. Tried to get the spot. Wagner fought back on the bottom. Now he'll get it back in line. Goes right back at him. Low into 3. Wagner out wide. Stay beside. They'll drag race for second down the front stretch. Into the corner. Ooh, contact. Up the hill, the 31. He's going to have to give spots. Almost got that truck out of shape, trying to slow it down. Brushed the wall. He's going to fall all the way outside the top 10. Back to about 13th after that. Gaines now up to the 3rd spot. Whiteman is fourth. King is fifth. They're 3 wide. King's in the middle. Here comes Nathan Davis on the bottom. Doyle Lawrence on the top. They're 2 wide, 2 deep behind that 3 wide situation. Forstner's in there. They get most of it squared away, heading up the backstretch. It's still King and Whiteman side by side. That's 5th and 6th place. Vinny, 3/4 of a second in front of Rundle, and then it is this madhouse right there behind the 43. Inside your top 10. Kevin Spaulding is 11th, and he's right in this group. Wagner back around to Ostendorf. He's up to the 12th spot. Truck looks like it's a lot freer than it was before. That slide up the hill probably didn't do him a lot of good. Vinny keeping it out front. Rundle's got a battle. He's been battling with Richie Gaines for a hot minute now. This time, Scott King going to move to the high side around Gaines and try to take a spot. Mike Forstner stays down on the bottom. Forstner running 5th. Lawrence behind that. Davis is in the mix now. Nathan Davis. Closer to the front. Biggest mover of the day right now is Richie Gaines. He's up here running 4th. He's picked up 11 spots, or 14 spots. I'm sorry, he started 18th. He started all the way at the back of this thing tonight. Truck out of line, the 88 of Doyle Lawrence. Hard left turn down the backstretch. He puts it back in line. 7th place right there. Scott King way wide in 3 and 4. It's going to open the door for 2 trucks to get inside. Gains the meat and the sandwich. Forstner down on the bottom. Top 6. Vinny's a second ahead of this. Lap truck. That's the 90 of Trevor Royer. Everybody's going to have to work around him. It looks like they're all going to do a good job. It kind of quells the storm for a moment because that was getting pretty intense. Cars crashing behind. We're going to get down here and take a look. We know this started right as we get in the corner. The 5 truck up the hill, and he starts sliding. You can see that the back end started to slide a little. Wagner got right to him and just a slight brush and then tried to move to the inside. Clips it, but there's another wreck in front of that. Doyle Lawrence had a piece of that. He and Jay Schaff got together. So 2 incidents really happened at the same time. So we'll slow some things down. And we'll get a restart with about 18 to go. We'll wait for the field to get organized. We'll tell you what the running order currently is. Quick pause right there. Make sure we were in time. All right, so the pace car is going to gather the field up. Vinny Rundle, Gaines, Forstner, King, Davis, Scheidt, Ossendorf, Spalding, Wagner, Thomason, Boxell, Lawrence, Boyd, Whiteman. That's your lead lap cars. And then Royer, one lap down, Schaff, Moody, and Westphal all either in the pits or out of the race already. A lot of trucks coming in. Pretty much everybody comes in here. So we turn around and take a look. 20 to go. Everybody new tires. Make sure you're good with fuel in case we get that run to the end. Trevor Royer stayed out, got the wave around. That should put him back on the lead lap. First incident of the night on like lap 7, and he has fought gallantly to keep that truck in the race. We'll see where everybody kind of comes off pit road. Vinny, Gaines, Rundle, Forstner, Davis, King, Spalding, Ossendorf, Wagner, Scott Thomason, Boyd, Whiteman, and Lawrence are still on pit road, and that's Larry Moody sitting right there as well. Here comes Jake Boxell. He'll sneak by. Lawrence looks like he might be out. They took that truck to the infield. So it's going to be about an 18-lap run to the end. Finish this one. Oh, hello, Mr. Church. No, not for having not done it for several years. Got back in, and he did pretty good. He got his truck hurt, and it did not go well the rest of the night. But all in all, successful. All right. So they went in with Vinny and Rundle 1-2. They came out 1 and 3. And that'll put them one in front of the other on the restart. Kevin Spalding hanging around. He's staying up there in the top 7, 8. Wagner 8th again. Then Thomason and Boyd 9 and 10. Garrett Boyd right front had some damage to it, and it was causing some handling issues after a few laps. He was getting that right front pretty hot, but the 211 trucks on the front row for the first time to restart. He did race. He did pretty well. So we'll get ready to watch this restart. Only 18 laps remaining. All right, pace car is going to get out of the way down here in turn 4. This is the final restart of the night. I can let you in on that. We go green all the way through the checker flags. There'll be no interviews at the end. I remind you of that. Said that at the very outset. Very difficult to get done this way, but at least we're getting to see the race, and that's all that really matters. Go back to the green flag. Good start for the guys on the inside. And there comes Forstner dropping down. He'll make that inside row 3 deep real quick, and they'll push around the 11 of Gaines. Now Gaines is going to get the benefit of the 2 trucks on top, and Mr. Forstner all by himself down the bottom. He's going to get some help as the 1143 pulled down to try to pull him up there. But the 36 of Davis kept the 11 in the mix and then dumped him right there. Whoa, Reed Rundle very loose getting into 3 of. Got Richie Gaines behind pushing. And the 36 truck looks like he's going to go out to the point for the first time tonight with about 14 laps remaining. New leader, Nathan Davis. Kevin Spalding to 4th. Now Vinny back to the front. Top 4 in a line, top 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way back to Scott King and Scott Thomason, the Scott and Scott show. We're side by side down the back stretch. They sort that out. So all the way through 8th is single file. Let's look at Ryan Scheidt side by side with Jake Boxell. Battle at the front again. Davis got to the inside. That higher line just had too much momentum. You were able to keep the truck wound up, and it was a big advantage if you could stay in the higher line. New tires, the low line was really good. After about 3, 4, 5 laps, it really wasn't quite as good anymore. Good battle at the front. We're coming down close to 10 to go. It's 12 this time. Kevin Spaulding going to stay way out wide, going to try to get alongside of Richie Gaines. Couldn't quite do it. That opens the bottom. And there comes Mike Forstner to go by. Here comes Reed Rundle as well. Scott King still trailing right in there. That's through 7th and Wagner's 8th, and he fell back a little. He got a little tight in the corner and went up the hill that last time. I saw him drift up close to the fence there in turn number 4. He got damage in one of the earlier incidents with Whiteman, and the right side was never the same. It started heating up the right side tires quite a bit. But at the front, they're tucked in nose to tail. Nathan Davis has got it locked in. Squared up right on the back bumper of the 11 of Adam Vinny. The other 11 truck, Gaines, is right there as well. As he runs in the 3rd spot. We're looking. That's Forstner and Rundle inside the top 5. Spaulding and King now kind of teamed up a little bit there. They started drafting a little, and they've closed in on Reed Rundle. We'll be inside 10 to go this time. Hard into the fence. I think that was the 31 again. Right side tires got hot, and the truck just went right up the hill. Once you get damage on the truck, it never goes away. It's never perfect again. And these big super speedway type tracks, you got to really be careful. Not try to put too much on it. That time, Vinny down to the bottom down that back stretch. I don't know what he was looking for there, but he keeps the lead getting through 3 and 4. Davis drops to the bottom with help from Richie Gaines, trying to push him alongside. You got to get pushed alongside on the high side, I think. Ooh, little contact, little bumpy bump right there. And now Davis wants that middle line, and Vinny doesn't want to give it up. Wanted to try to push him down on the very bottom. Force him to have to roll off that throttle. Prevent that push. They'll stay side by side coming to 7 to go. Blink from the 11 truck. Don't know what happened to Richie Gaines. He blinks out, and that moves Forstner up to the 3rd spot. Reed Rundle now behind the 36 of Davis in the 43. He runs 4th, and then Kevin Spaulding's right there. Scott King starting to lose just a little bit of ground. Battle for second's not over yet. We're 6 to go. Lap truck out in front. That's probably Trevor Royer. It is, and he'll move to the apron down the backstretch. Let these guys go at a race for it. Davis back around Forstner off the high side of 4 with the wave lap 5 to go that time. Here comes Kevin Spaulding as well, trying to work on the 69. Spaulding moves his way around into third now. High through 3 and 4. Vinny by half a second. Davis by 0.3 of a second over third place. Kevin Spaulding, and Spaulding's got company with a 69 to 43 with 4 laps to go. They are tight behind him. Fifth place truck of Reed Rundle just hanging on to a top 5 right now. Everybody chasing the 11 that time. Off of turn 2, the 25 of Spaulding finds a little bit of outside fence. It'll open the door for Forstner to get to the inside. And Forstner will take over that third spot again. He's trying to bring Reed Rundle with him, but Rundle very loose in the middle of 3 and 4. Slid way up the track chasing the rear end of that truck. Davis closing the gap with 3 to go. What dog are you talking about, Jay? Brush of the fence from Forstner. Spaulding will slide past Rundle on the high side and take fourth. It's 2 to go. Vinny still out front. Oh, no. I'd get rid of that dog. Absolutely get rid of that dog. Gap's closing, but I think it's not quite enough unless a huge mistake is made right here in 3 and 4. Davis was able to take that truck in and keep it on the bottom, and he closes right up. So the white flag coming out. 1 more lap to go. Davis looking low. Trying to get to Vinny. I think if he doesn't get the outside, that's the nail in the coffin that he didn't need right there. Brush the fence out of 2. That seals his fate. The gap opens largely, and Adam Vinny going to cruise to win in the season opener. He'll pick up the checkered flag. Davis's truck looked like it's going to be okay. He's going to hang on for a second place finish, and a fight at the end between Forstner and Spaulding. And Forstner will come home with the podium finish. Spaulding and Rundle round out the top 5. Scheit, Ossendorf, Boxell, King, Wagner, Thomason, Boyd, Royer, Gaines, Moody, Whiteman, Lawrence, Schaff, and Westfall. So the season opener, not terrible. A lot of good racing. A lot of intense racing. And they found there is a lot of competition in this series. And there'll be more drivers that join. Hopefully that level will raise a little bit more, and it'll be just that much better as the season goes on. But the top 3, they're going to give us a nice screenshot here as we get ready to part ways. We didn't get to do interviews because we're doing it off a replay. It's really complicated to get the interviews and then queue them up and time them up with all of the replay and everything else. So until we get to live streams, we probably won't be talking. to these drivers, but your winner. See if I can do this. Yeah. Adam Vinny. Second place truck of Nathan Davis. And Mike Forstner in the third spot. So what a way to open up the season. Next week they go to New Hampshire, and we will try to restream that off the replay one day next week. I had a few minutes here, so we were able to do it. So we didn't have to wait till Wednesday for this. I want to thank Fitzz Automotive for sponsoring the league this season. We're going to get you guys some discount codes for that. I know if you say you saw it on Dirt Racing Network, if you go to their website, Fitz's Auto Service or fitzservices.com, you can use that to get a $25 discount on services from them. But I want to thank you guys for joining me here on a early broadcast of a replay from a great race truck series last night. First time DSRL has had asphalt ever, and it's probably going to stick around for a while because that was a lot of fun, and the guys really enjoyed it. So you're going to see at least 10 races this season every Sunday night. Starting in about 2 weeks, we'll get them live, but for the next 2 weeks, it'll be delayed until we can run it off replay. But thank you guys for coming in and joining me on the replay. Appreciate that very much. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to do this. With that, all the great leagues giving us great racing, like we saw again right here. There's nothing to cover, so everybody gets a high five for that. Come back and see me in a few hours. We'll bring Dirt Slingers Racing League, their Monday Night Thunder Sprint Car Series, at about 8:30 Eastern. Until then, peace and love to everybody. Always keep the rough side facing down.